Well, hello. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jordan, also known as JMonster, and since I'm waiting, since the Tomb Kings update, for many of my mods related to our other ongoing Warhammer 2 campaigns to update, I thought now might be a fun time to play around with the Tomb Kings, which I was planning to release alongside our first episode of Mortal Empires, but sadly both the Mortal Empires campaign and the conclusion of our Vortex campaign will have to wait for just a little while while the rest of the modders catch up to the new update. So, in the meantime, let's play around a little bit here. Now, I want to do something interesting, and I don't think I've seen a lot of people play as High Queen Khalida, so I think that's what we're going to do. Now, I don't know a lot about the Tomb Kings playstyle. I've only seen a few videos, so this is very much going to be a blind kind of let's play where we make a lot of mistakes, so prepare yourselves for that. But in any case, from the look of her army bonuses here, like the minus 50% attrition is real nice. Poison attacks on the entire army, real nice. She's looking like she might be something that I might enjoy. So let's go ahead, start the campaign. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hail, Khalida, mighty warrior queen. Darkness falls upon your kingdom once more. Foul creatures crawl from their catacombs. Their bloodline is all that you despise in this world. Rid the silver host from Lybaras and put an end to this bitter feud. Across the mountains filled with greenskins and dwarfs resides the heart of Nehekara. Strong bonds could be formed with their unliving priest kings. At the desert's edge lies the magnificent Charnel Valley, mighty tombs, and the resting place of kings from ancient dynasties. The wealth within attracts many still breathing raiders. Queen Khalida, let the power of Asaph envelop you. Bring justice to all, and vengeance to your enemies.
Alright. Now, from what I understand, the Tomb Kings are fairly atypical in terms of how they play on the campaign from other factions in the game.
Lybaras shall rise again.
Now, they've got a lot of significant changes, like upkeep, for example, and economy they don't seem to be as important. We're not going to make a whole lot of money as the Tomb Kings, and I've also got some pretty cool options in terms of like crafting and other things like that. Now, this is a Mortal Empires campaign, as I think I mentioned, so we're not going to have to worry about the Vortex mechanics, although even if this was the Vortex, we wouldn't have to worry about it at all, because most of our campaign is tied to the acquisition of the Books of Nagash, and also to the acquisition of canopic jars, which we can use for crafting or for buying regiments of renown and things like that. So, yeah, we're going to be learning a lot about this as we go along. And I think the basic units like this, yes, they are very, very cheap. So let's max ourselves out on archers and get an extra unit of... Let's get some skeleton warriors. Now, Lybaras. What can we do here? Nehekara warriors, anti-infantry. That's kind of nice. Unit capacity, we get some more skeleton archers, and I think this is not a global restriction. So with the 2 out of 4, I don't think it's a global restriction. I think it's per army, but I suppose we'll find out, won't we? What do we got here? Caravan master, spice resource production. That's kind of nice. But let's explore some other options. Chariots, always cool to have. Quicksand swamp. Mortuary house. Untainted is nice. Public order +4. Income generated 50. Now, that's probably more important for us right now than the flat resources. So let's go for that, because if you look up here, we don't have a lot of money. It's going to take a lot for us to build our empire up. So let's wait there. Actually, we have some research options. Wisdom of the First Dynasty. Army capacity +1. I don't know what that means. Does that mean we get to bring more than 20 units, or... I got no idea. Alright, so let's go ahead, pass the turn, and we'll see what happens. We don't really have a lot of standing forces, so I don't want to move out just yet. Although the advisor did say something about the Silver Host, which I assume is occupying Lamia right now, and I don't know if that's vampires or if that's chaos or what. Although it could be the vampires. There we go. Alright, so we've got some more forces there. Regiments of Renown. King Akesh's Scorpion Legion. Well, I won't be able to get any of that for a while. Yeah, we'll definitely want to flood our army as much as possible. From what I understand, the Tomb King's infantry is very, very subpar. They work a lot like the vampires, though, so they don't rout. They just crumble when the tide of battle starts to really turn against them and they lose their lord or whatever. But their infantry is not amazing, and that's to balance out the fact that they have some seriously hard-hitting monstrous creatures, which we're going to have to rely on. But we don't really have a whole lot in Queen Khalida's army at the moment. So let's pop on over to Lamia. Although that might be a bit too much for us. Let's see what they got there. That's mostly lower tier vampire units. I think we could probably take it. Let's do that. Yeah, with a stack of 15, we might be able to beat them. So one more pass there. Kick that up to high speed. If they have like Graveguard and things like that, or things that have a lot of anti-large, then we may have to just pass and go for the smaller area. And then we can circle it back around towards Lamia. But I am concerned about that army there. I mean, if they were to bring that down here under Count Ewald to Lybaras, whatever, and we don't have much of a garrison, I would be real ugly. We can get Nehekara warriors next, who are a nice little damage dealer and be a nice supplement to the rest of our army. Let's take a look at our options here. Marak. Comparatively smaller settlements. It may get us a little bit of money from sacking, so I think that we should do that. Let's pop another spearman down in there as well. Go ahead and we'll pass that. Now, we'll make this an extra long episode for you guys, just because it is the first episode of this campaign, and because we haven't had a Warhammer 2 episode in a while. I know you guys want to see the conclusion of our Vortex campaign and the beginning of our Mortal Empires campaign, which may undergo some changes, but I'll discuss that a little bit later, and we'll see what you guys think about it. We'll take a poll and things like that. But let's go ahead and attack Marak here. Easy enough. Yeah, we'll run them right over. We want to occupy. That's going to get us 30 canopic jars. Sacking would get us money, but it would be a big problem with the public order. We could raise it, but honestly, let's occupy. I'm fine with occupying. Now, I think we have some options here. Yeah, let's try and get a 20 stack before we move on the rest of the vampires. We've got lots of spearmen. That will do. And that's going to be a full stack there. Let's take a look at Queen Khalida's skill tree. This is the first time I'm really looking at this. Route Marcher, always, forever will be my first pick. And then we can move on to Lamia, the city of the vampires. From what I understand in the Tomb King's lore, Lamia was the first place that Nagash created the vampires, and henceforth was forever known as this cursed vampire city. So it doesn't surprise me that the vampire counts are there. Actually, that makes perfect sense. What do we got here? Hero capacity, treasury. I'll accept a gift. A tomb prince, necrotect, and leash priest. Order or lich priest. Licha? I don't know how you'd say that. Enter your throne room and offer themselves in your service. A lich priest. Ooh. A tomb prince. Necrotect. I don't know what a necrotect is, but a lich priest sounds like a spellcaster. I kind of like that, but also we need money. Oh, it's hard. It's real hard. But if we're going to be taking cities, I think for the time being, money might be the best choice to make, although we can get that through like loot from battles and whatever. Let's go with the Lich Priest. I hope this is the right decision. Now let's see what they got. Restless Dead, passive ability, Yeah, this sounds like it'll be real nice for keeping our forces in the fight for longer. Now, let's walk over this way towards Lamia. Well, let's get rid of one of our what are these guys? Skeleton warriors. Yeah, we'll get rid of one of them. I'd rather have my spears. Come on. You can do it. I would much rather have my spears, just because I know we're going to need some help with anti-large, especially if we're fighting the vampire counts. They've got a whole bunch of hidden units there that we won't be able to see until we're there. So I want to be prepared. All right. Now they've created some more forces. What do you want? Don't declare war. Join war against the Silver Host. They want me to pay them 100. Sure. That could be real nice. Although I feel like I'm going to end up regretting that if they take the...
You dare approach me?
What do they want? A peace treaty? Up yours. They've left. Let's have a field battle. I don't want to take on the garrison at the same time. I think if we fight them in the field, we could probably beat them. The AI is kind of dumb as rocks anyway.
We begin.
I can't get close enough to besiege the city, so this is probably the best thing that we can do. Now, Marak, what do you have there? Mortuary house. We'll upgrade that. A little bit extra money. Doesn't hurt anybody.
Bow.
Let's see. Oops. I'll take a quick look. Meat shield. Now, what does that mean? Well, unimpressive at causing damage is useful as a meat shield, absorbing damage that would otherwise hurt a more useful or precious target. Also, meat shield. These guys, not so much. They have poison, and all these units with poison attacks, honestly, that's real nice. Our meat shields all have poison. That's going to be an ugly thing for the vampires to deal with. But let's see if they come and fight us in close quarters. Come on, vampires. Don't just retreat back to Lamia. Come and fight us. Yes! Okay, that's a lot of crypt ghouls. Oh my god! Okay, a lot of these are anti-large. These Necropolis Knights might not be amazing. Oh, these ones have ammunition. Now, what do they shoot? Missile damage. That's interesting. And it's armor piercing. I'm concerned about the weapon strength on those guys, though. Yeah, we don't have a lot of weapon strength in our units. Not a lot of melee attack either. It's gonna be ugly. But you know what? I want to fight it. This is my first battle of the Tomb Kings. Hopefully it does not turn into a disaster. I will see you guys on the battlefield. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's take a first look here at some of the Tomb King units before we start to actually begin our battle. Well, that's pretty cool. Those skeleton spears look interesting. I'm getting a lot of like weirdness around the units, and I think that comes down to problems that have been had with the SSAO. Let's make sure that that actually applied. It did not. Yeah, that gets rid of a lot of it. Unfortunately, that's a feature that Creative Assembly have not been able to fix since release, apparently. But it doesn't look too much worse without it, I think. So all of our skeleton spearmen and stuff seem real fragile. But I think what we're gonna do is we'll put those guys on the front lines, back them up with some spearmen, and behind the spearmen we'll have our more valuable damage dealers. Actually, I think we'll put them in the center, because I'm expecting the AI to kind of rush for the center a little bit, as they usually do. And move those guys over slightly. There we go. Nice tiered defense. On the wings, we'll have our skeleton warriors. Or our skeleton archers with bows, whatever. I don't know, are they skeleton warriors or skeleton archers? There we go. Hi, Queen Khalida. Now, this guy, what does he do exactly? So I can figure out exactly where I want to put him. He's undead. Jif's incantation. Curse of Kassar. That's kind of cool. Minus 60 armor is real nice. It'll be useful to use on their lord. So let's make him 2. You can be 1. Now, what does she do? Venom Wave. Interesting. So we'll have them, each of them right here. And the rest of our army will be 3. And they don't have any ranged, so we're going to skirmish them out here with those guys. And we'll keep our, what are these guys called? Necropolis Knights. We're going to keep them back. But let's take a look at them first. They're giant snake people. We need to see. Ooh. Oh, that's real nice. Oh, that's real nice. Looks like they're being ridden by Tomb Guard, which is kind of cool. All right. Let's gamble a little bit. 7, not so good. Yeah, thank you. All right, let's start. Let's not just throw away their ammo, however. Let's pick a target and do something nasty with it. Yeah, they don't have, I don't think they have a ton of ammo. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, they've only got 4. So let's use that on something important, like a lord or something. Got a nice look there. All those zombies rolling across the plains towards our line. Let's see where their lord is. That's what I want to know. Okay, something to be concerned about here. Let's send Necropolis Knights here. Deal with those dire wolves. Nothing too scary. We'll break off Company of Spears to give them a hand. There we go. See if we can't shoot down those fell bats. Get them, boys. Move those guys over onto the other flank, and we'll find something useful to do with them. Attack! Okay, they're fine. Let's reform our archer line here. Bring them a bit now behind our shortened line so they don't get caught out in the fields, because that would be real bad. And those vampire units are getting destroyed. Armeister Leech Priest. That's where their lord seems to be, so let's send some of our harder hitting units over that way. Deal with that. Alright, Necropolis Knights. You guys need to reform. Let's get you guys out of there. There we go. Let's have them focus those guys down. Alright, so our front lines have clashed. Support them with spears and the numbers that they can bring to bear. Let's hit these guys hard. Now, there's a lot of them over there, and we're losing quite heavily. So let's throw our troops into there. Got Queen Khalida in the center to keep our morale up. Oop. Let's get them out of there. They're not having fun right now. It's a good place for them to be. What is all this? Oh, that's us getting the first level of our healing thingy, which is useful. Okay, so that was not used properly. It's my bad. Let's find out where their lord is. I see him. Let's bring the rest of our Necropolis Knights over this way. Let's try and focus these guys down, especially right over there. How are these guys doing? They're doing okay so far. Oof. We are losing pretty heavily, though. I think these guys are going to be needed right here. Let's have them use their ammo on those crypt ghouls. But actually, let's bring them around the flank. Yeah, Queen Khalida. We're winning in the center now, thanks to Queen Khalida's leadership. These guys are still doing okay, but they are going to lose if we don't do something. And what's this here? Once we get... we'll be able to pop a unit of Ushabti down on these guys soon, which will be useful. Let's throw him in there. Okay, these guys are where they need to be. Focus down those crypt ghouls. Well, you guys. I've got a unit of Ushabti. Let's pop them right here. And we can bring all of our monstrous creatures crashing down on the rest of the vampire camps. Warriors are rallying. Good, good. Still a big blob of crypt ghouls over there, so let's deal with them. focus on those zombies now. Go, Shabti! Alright, now I feel like we can disengage our knights, bring them in for a hammer and anvil, try and support our skeleton spearmen. Alright, come on, get out of there. Rear charge into those zombies should be enough. Queen Khalida, where are you? Why can't I use this? Hit points greater than 50. Oh, I can't use that until he gets hurt of it. Okay, so we've won there. Let's start to roll up the line. Let's bring Queen Khalida over into the flank. Oh, careful, guys. Focus down those zombies. What are we doing over on this end? All right, they're out of ammo. Let's charge them on in the rear. How you guys doing? Yeah, they're cleaning them out real nice. Come, Mushabti. Let's go after their lord, wherever he happens to be. Ah, there he is. Alright. Okay, so we've dealt with most of the vampire army. Looks like this is going to be a solid victory for us. That wasn't easy, though. Our infantry definitely are not great. And it really shows. Let's get in there and kill Count Ewald. He is dead. That was beautiful. I will see you guys in the... Actually, not on the campaign map. Let's take a look at the casualties that we suffered here first. Our infantry did okay. I think a lot of these kills happen to come from the fact that we were fighting vampire count units. Although the crypt ghouls seem like they are a decent counter to a lot of the Nehekaran infantry, just because they are so weak in close quarters. But they did hold the line. That's what we needed. Now let's see here. Do I want to replenish? I'd rather harvest all their organs. Absolutely.
I grow in power.
Let's run down Count Ewald here, whoever the hell is now commanding what remains of the Silver Host's army, and then we can move on to the city of Lamia. There we go. Neferata. I think that was one of the first vampires, so I assume that Queen Khalida and the vampires are particularly staunch enemies. Really gonna make us fight all that again? Well, I guess we have to, because I don't really like the look of that auto-resolve, and then we'll end up having to wait more turns than we really should in order to take on the city of Lamia. So let's fight it, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Alright. Now that broken vampire host doesn't really seem like much of a threat. If we move quickly, we should be able to bottle them up pretty well. So we'll have, there we go, our spear regiments there, our Nehekaran warriors on either end. There we go. We'll use the rest of them as reserves, just because I don't want to get those battalions destroyed. There we go. And you guys can be in your usual flanking position.
Hi, Queen Khalida.
And let's gamble. I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. We don't really have anything to use Winds of Magic, so let's just start deployment. We'll rush forward there, bring up the rear with our support units. There we go. Forward, legions of Nehekara. Nehekara. I don't even know how you'd say it. So I think I may need to turn my ratio down a little bit, because if we're going to be fighting in the sand a lot, it is kind of bright. It's real bright. And where's their lord? Who does it happen to be? Bernard Bachman. Yeah, it's going to be real messy. And I want to have her on the front lines this time. Alright, so let's form up just about here. You can go there. You can go there. You two can move it up. And the rest of you, back lines. Go, my friends! Yeah, let's start to focus down some of those crypt ghouls. Oh. Don't want to get them stuck in on the skeleton spearmen. That would be ugly. Well, let's see how well these guys do against those skellies. Let's focus on their lord with our two heroes. Focus on those zombies now. Coming from the rear with our Necropolis Knights. Now those are anti-large, but honestly I think that we're going to destroy them quick enough that it won't really matter all that much. Yeah, look at that. They're crumbling already. Okay, so it's enough from you guys. You guys have done your job. Let's send in some reserve units here to shore up the line, and we'll wrap this up. Charge from the rear. With my snakes, ought to be enough to kill the rest of those skeleton spears. Let's do this. Boom! How does that feel? Not great, apparently. Pop that buff on our lord, so she'll do extra damage against him. Let's move in with these units as well. Attack! Everyone. Let's surround him. Make him crumble. As the legions of the desert all swarm together against this one guy, he realizes that he came to the wrong neighborhood. Oh, that's real nice. It is a bit bright, though. I think I am going to have to turn down my reshade for sure. Where is the poor bastard? Let's just fast forward through this. Just die already. How is he killing anything? There we go. Now he's dead. Minimal losses for our side, which is what I wanted. We lost 21 out of our entire trash army, aside from our Necropolis Knights. That's pretty good. That was way better, way more in our favor than the balanced powers making it out to be. Screw you, auto resolve. You don't know what you're talking about. There we are, back on the map. More canopic jars. They seem pretty easy to acquire. I'm not gonna lie. Talisman of Endurance, 15% ward save. I know who that's going to. Let's see here. Public Order is nice. Sand Sweeper, Canopic Jar, 1 per turn. Okay. And it culminates at 3 per turn, which adds up. Really adds up. Returned in Madness, Tyrant. Income from sacking settlements. That'll be nice. We'll probably be doing a lot of sacking as the Tomb Kings. What else? All is mine. Income from looting. Lightning Strike. Attend me. Dead Sentinel. Renowned and feared. A lot of the blue tree is a lot less useful. Normally in our High Elf campaign I would go into this because I wanted the income reduction, but since we don't have to worry about that, it seems that it behooves us a bit more to go into some of the red tree. Armor for Nehekaran Warriors. Tomb Guard. Okay, so Tomb Guard are going to be our front line eventually. Let's start working on the red tree a bit. You, though, you are very useful. Replenishment rate. I want to increase that. Hinder replenishment. That's kind of nice. Let's go for that, and they'll culminate at 12. I kind of like that.
Asaf is beloved.
So let's go back. Do we have a stance? I haven't looked at their stances. Have a Sand Veil. That's kind of neat. Attribute Vanguard deployment for my entire army. Crazy. Nothing here about replenishment, though. Oh, no, access enables replenishment, so I need, what, 75 to take this stance? 50%. Okay, so I won't be able to do that. Let's just move this way towards Lamia before they have an opportunity to build another army. Mastaba. Research rate, that's kind of cool. Better garrison, very useful. And income, absolutely, let's do it. Alright, let's pass that turn. Wow. I can't wait to start taking the fight to things like the Skaven and stuff like that. Like 2 horde factions going at it that both like rely more on their monstrous units. Although I guess the Skaven are a little bit more. I don't care. Go away. The Skaven are a little bit more all about the technology and some of their artillery pieces, but still, they do have some monstrous creatures. So I feel like they play very similarly to the Tomb Kings in a lot of ways. And that said, I've only ever played a little bit of Skaven. I didn't really like them in campaign all that much, so I could just be wrong.
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
High Queen Khalida.
Let's do that.
We lurk.
What does that sand veil thing do? Like, I need to know. Climbing or manning equipment on a platform, hiding. What? What? Oh, that makes them awesome in sieges. I can't wait to try that out, honestly.
Snakes like the heat.
Replenishment is next to nothing. But we can't make it there anyway, so we'll make it on the next turn. We might as well. But let's see here. Mortuary Cult. Golden Idols. Yeah, okay. So we won't be able to build anything from the Mortuary Cult just yet. 50. Yeah, I need trade resources to do that. That's real nice, though. Armor, enchanted items, talismans. Yeah, I can't do anything with it right now, so I might as well just save up our canopic jars for the time being. Yeah. There we go. Oh, they're already starting to build another army, too. That's real bad news. But honestly, if we get there, I'm just going to auto-resolve. I mean, we wouldn't have made it this turn, so it does make sense to get some of our forces back, but I'm just going to auto-resolve. Most of our Tomb King's infantry is just expendable, cost me nothing, and yeah, just generally, I can throw them away. It even says it in the unit description. They're meat shields. God, there's so many turn times that need to go by on this. There's such a large amount of time spent waiting for turn stand in Mortal Empires. Little unfortunate, but what can you do? Wow, that garrison is way nicer than I thought. Oh, I guess they upgraded the settlement or something. We can't beat that, can we? I don't know. I don't know if we can. Wow, Lamia, that garrison. Well, hold on. Let's see. What can we do in these places? Yeah, this is our first province. Arg. You know what? It'll be a tough fight, but maybe let's just do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna make siege equipment because I got a feeling they're gonna come out and fight us, but those Graveguard are real scary, but I think that we can pull it off. I think we've got the numbers to just drown them. And we can use our archers to deal with their crypt goals fairly decently if I micro and focus fire them well. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna have to fight it. I will see you guys on the battlefield. All right, so their reinforcements look to be coming in behind them, which I would have preferred to have them come in behind us. That way we could deal with them kind of both in turn, deal with them in detail. But, yeah, we're not going to have the opportunity, so I might as well start the deployment. Well, let's disrupt any charges they may mount. How do I want to do that? Now, we'll put frontline units right there. Over here, we'll extend our line a bit and back that up with one of our lower strength units of spearmen. So there we go. On the flanks, we'll have a couple units of the Nehekaran warriors who are quite reduced at this point, so we'll back them up there. With, yes, so that we don't lose the fight on the flanks too decisively. You guys can go there, and we'll back you up, the unit of 91. And then behind them, we'll have another unit of our Hekaran warriors. So our flanks are secure, and yeah, we can defend ourselves in the center with our heroes. Use them to anchor the line instead, and of course we'll have our all of our units there. So let's just use that as one big contiguous army. And what do I want to do with you guys? I don't know. We'll see. I'll have you guys out on the flank. That's probably the best thing that we can do, I think. So let's see. Are these guys going to be crazy enough to move forward? Oh, they are. Okay, so by the time they get here, we should be able to meet them right about there. Now, the speed on these guys, 50. Speed on the Black Knights is 56. We won't be able to kite them. But we will be able to do some other things. Now, these guys are anti-large, so I'm just going to send them right to those Black Knights. I think we've got... Yeah, these guys are available on the flank as well. So let's... They're sending the Black Knights forward, so let's try and deal with them in advance. A nice look at them there, backed up by those vampire bats. Looking real scary. Okay, so we don't want them to fight unsupported. Let's draw them within range of the archers. Maybe we can start to shoot them down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, let's go after those fell bats. Have them toss their jabs, or whatever it is that they throw. I assume it's javelins. Yeah. We'll move forward there. The Black Knights are going to lose that pretty handily. Alright, reform, you spineless... Well, I guess I can't really call you that because I can see your spines, but reform! Okay, let's shuffle our battle line forward a little bit. Yeah, the rest of their army is going to be a bit slow on the uptake. Except for you guys. You focus on those fell bats. Ooh, Vargeists. Let's focus our spearmen on those guys. Let's come around on the flank here with some of our Hekaran warriors. Now, bring these guys around the back. Move forward with them as well. Now let's get Queen Khalida over here on the front lines. Shoot those Vargeists. Shoot them dead. What do we got over there? Ooh, that's not great. Black Knights. Let's see. What are these guys up to? Might as well pull them out of the fight and send them against the Vargeist. That's one of our big anti-large options. The Hekaran Warrior is going to take a charge from the Black Knights, but I think they'll be able to beat them in sustained melee. Boom! Now we're going to combine that with a charge from the rear. Should be enough to rout the rest of these vampire forces. Now let's reform here with our archers because we need them to do their thing. Yeah, shoot those guys to death. Up here with our Hekaran warriors. Yeah, we're getting a bit blobbed up, but they're going to blob up in turn. Dealing with those Black Knights now behind our lines. She's on the front lines where she needs to be. Let's give her a little bit of something. And what's going on over here? Ooh, some of our Hekaran warriors. They are holding back a tide of crypt ghouls, which is useful. But let's move up. Reform here with some of our infantry reserves. Come around on this flank so that we can defend ourselves a little bit better. Now, them making those crypt ghouls bunch up is kind of useful for us. Let's go ahead and start shooting at them. How are these knights doing? Oh, they're now pinned in there, so let's pull them through our lines. Reform with our spearmen. Try and make a little bit more sense out of our lines right now. Yeah, glorious skeleton on skeleton violence. We seem to be winning, though, which is good. We got Graveguard there. I don't want to... Well, actually, hold on. Let's pin those Graveguard in place. We'll hammer and anvil them with our other units. What are those? Graveguard? Yeah, I don't want to fight them. Not right now. keep our archers focused in the center. Where's Queen Khalida right now? She could be real useful. Alright. Nice big flank charge here. The Nehekaran Warriors pretty well trading evenly with the Graveguard for the time being. These guys, I think, are armor piercing. They'll do okay against the Graveguard. Although, let's focus on those Graveguard while they chase. Over on this end, how are we doing there? Let's pull out real quick. We just need to cycle charge. Throw some more units in there to try and hold down those Crypt Ghouls. Let's get Queen Khalida in there to keep these guys busy. And those Graveguard are going to wish they never came here. Nice. Pull them back a bit more. Yeah, those guys need to get out of there. I need to bring them around the back. Get a nice hammer and anvil charge here. Deal with those guys. How's this guy doing? Pop that on Siegfried von what's-his-name. And now, let's focus fire him with archers. Queen Khalida doing her job. Pop another one of those down. Boom, baby! This Graveguard gonna have a real bad time indeed. What are these guys up to? Let's pull them back out. Yeah, they're starting to lose, so we're gonna need to pull them out. Let's hit this center piece here. Come in from the rear and deal with them. Indeed. We need to do something about their center, but I'm going to be cycle charging it, so I don't want to shoot it with my arrows just right now. We got another unit of Ushabti. Let's pop them right down in the center. What's this guy up to? Now, let's give that to the Ushabti. What are we doing over on this end? Good, the Graveguard have been dealt with. It's coming on the flank with, what are these guys called? Sepulchral Stalkers. Rear charge should see them off. Alright, now let's turn all their attention onto the flank and rear of those skeleton spears. Good on you, boys. Queen Khalida, you are needed here to deal with this guy. Send the Lich Priest against those skeleton spears, or at least in the back lines to try and keep everybody happy. Now, get these guys around on the back. Pull them out again for another cycle charge. Send Queen Khalida here at the flank and have her pop her final wave of venom, or venom wave, whatever it's called. Alright, missile units. How much ammo you guys got left? Got an opportunity here. Those Nehekaran Warriors have held the line admirably for quite some time. Now it's time to deal with those bunched up units, focus them down with our missiles. Get you out of there. Queen Khalida's in there. Boom. Venom Wave gonna do lots of damage. Come on, guys. Boom. Rear charge. Rear charge. Let's throw him in against the Crypt Ghouls. Ushabti have been beaten, unfortunately. There we go. We're wiping him out, or wiping them out on the flank. Now let's deal with Siegfried von what's-his-name. Have everyone fall back so they don't get caught in melee. Ooh, that Ghoul King. Looking like he's got a real nice tan. Bring these guys back over here. Let's see if we can't surround these Crypt Ghouls and start to get them to crumble. We should be able to do that. I would think. Yeah, you guys get out of there. I got a job for you. Need you over there to help hold down the line. Yeah. You guys should not be involved with those skeleton spearmen for any longer. And you guys... Oops. Did not want to do that. Have armor-piercing, poison attacks. Let's throw you against the Strigoi Ghoul King. Should be able to do some nice damage to him. Boom! Wrecked, my friends. How well are they going to do? Yeah, we're turning things around over on this end. And looks like we're actually going to take the city. What do you know? It cost us a lot. It cost us our entire main line, but honestly, who cares? They are not important. Not even a little bit. And that is going to be it. Well, that was a close battle. I like this. I actually felt challenged as the Tomb Kings, which I can't say I felt that way in a very long time in our Vortex campaign. Once you get to a certain point as the High Elves, you get that critical mass, and you beat everybody pretty well, regardless of who they are. But it seems like, at least in the early game so far, we're going to have some interesting challenges ahead of us as the Tomb Kings. A lot of losses. Our forces did well. Well enough, I guess. But I want to sack it. You know, I don't really. I want to occupy it. It's my regional capital. I don't want to, like, drop it back 10 turns and then have me rebuild it with my very meager resources. Mastaba, that'll be nice. Let's do that. I imagine both of you have leveled up. I should hope so. Joff's Cursed Blades. I can overcast it. And he gives a bonus versus large. That's real nice. I'm not gonna lie. Cleanse Corruption. Don't need that so far. So let's do that. I'm a little disappointed though. I thought the Lich Priest was gonna be a caster, which would be real nice. And apparently Queen Khalida is not either. Revered Masonry. Soul Reaper. Casually replenishment. Right, let's do that. We're gonna need that. A couple Nehekaran warriors. Do them as global, so they'll take a couple turns, but we'll need a couple turns anyway. And a unit of spearmen, and then 3 units of the skeleton warriors as well. So I got a commandment. What can I do? What are their commandments like? 20%. That's real nice, but not needed at this point. Public order, however, very much needed. Because I don't want this settlement here to go rebelling on me. And looks like it might anyway. So I'm going to need... I might have a couple turns before that happens. So I will be able to get an army again with Queen Khalida. So we should be able to crush the rebels. So let's pass that turn. See what happens. But yeah, that was an interesting battle. Our roster does feel like it's really missing something at this point, and it's definitely the monstrous creatures. So once we get to the point where we can start fielding those, which, holy crap, am I excited to do. I've seen a lot of pictures and some footage of these monstrous creatures, and I really want a chance to try them out for myself. So, Lamia, what can I do for you? Ushabti. I need to upgrade my main settlement building first. Well, if we're going to upgrade anything, we're going to need something resembling an economy. So, let's do that. And what do we got over here? Oh, it's now +4. Well, that's real nice. So we may not have to move out towards Malrak just yet. But yeah, we're going to pass turn. Not a whole lot that we can do right now. We don't have any money. We're still waiting for our only army to replenish itself. But I guess now would be a good time to decide where we want to move out to next. And I'm thinking down here, Rasetra, where the Silver Hosts still have an outpost, is probably the most natural thing that we can do.
High
So now they are 19 out of 20. We can start to move out with them again.
We do not tire. Lybaras
Move towards
shall rise
Mara.
again.
Do I have anything else here that can deal with public order? That's kind of nice. Resource. Iron mine. Now that's real good. So we're going to save.
Wow.
We're going to save that the building slot for that because
Have smiles on us.
trade resources seem really important for us. And we should be able to get it on the next turn.
Focus.
So, Rasetra. Ah, Tomb King's Rebels. That's been taken from the Silver Legion. Well, let's go take it from the Rebels then. And then we can go and populate the Doomglade? Yeah, we can do that. It's got appropriate terrain for us. And then we'll have... What's this? What do you guys want? You're declaring war on me? Non-aggression pact? I'll take it. At this point, I just need to not be at war with more than 2 people. With my 1 army. And I think they're pretty close to me, so... Come on. Alright, so we got the money there. Make that iron mine.
It's inevitable.
We'll pass turn again. Turns move in real fast. Come on. Man, there's a lot of works. There's a lot of factions. Like, I feel like these should probably not show up on my turn times until I've actually discovered them. But, yeah.
The climate is irrelevant.
Nice. I forgot that we were even doing that. Research rate minus 30. That's not amazing. And that is apparently... Ooh, we have rights, too? What do we do with these? Petra's Necrotect. His aim is to spend his unlife colonizing a ruined settlement, a power given to him through the great rite of the incantation of Petra. We can't do any of these because we don't have money. A Casket of Souls. That's kind of cool, though. Magical Artillery. I didn't even know that they had that.
Lybaras shall rise again.
Alright.
Asap smiles on us.
Well,
I deign to move.
oof. That's a big army.
Forward.
That's a real big army. And they've got Carrion, which I assume is our equivalent of, like, bats or something. And they don't have a garrison. So it would just be like a straight-up settlement battle. Interesting. We'll see what happens. My research is available. Now what can I do? 8 for Nehekara warriors. That's kind of cool. We don't have very many of them, though. Weapon strength, priesthood of Petra. Lich priests. All those are probably our spellcasters. No, wait. Are they? No. We have one of those, don't we?
The goddess wills
Yeah,
it.
and I don't think he has any spells. He's got a few. Yeah, we just haven't got that far yet. But we have one already. Not that important. Necrotex, Tomb Princes. First Dynasty plans. Yeah, I don't want to just keep going for all of these. I think... Chariots. Yeah, I guess the game really wants us to get chariots. Maybe that's something that we should consider focusing on once we've got the money. But in order to get the money... Ooh, another gemstone mine thing there. That's important. That'll be our next thing, because trade resources very, very significant for the Tomb Kings. Let's go ahead and let's pass that turn. Come on.
You have my attention.
Oh, these guys really like us. A trade agreement. That'll be real nice for us. That's a lot of money. And I guess trade is going to be really important for the Tomb Kings, too. Since we just get so little money from everything else that, yeah, trade is definitely going to be needed. Like, one decent trade agreement when I've got a whole bunch of resources is worth more to me than like several settlements with nothing but economy buildings. So let's attack them. And continue that siege there. We'll let them come to us, and if they don't want to, then we will starve them out. But I think that's plenty for a single turn. We'll be able to take Resetra, or for a turn, for a single video, but next turn we'll be able to take Resetra, and then we'll move over to Doomglade. Hopefully nobody snatches it from us in the meantime. And then we'll have a nice little empire here on the coast. But before we move out, let's see here. Funerary District, more money. I don't know, what can we get? What else can we get? Can't build that for a while. Defense could be useful. What does this do? Obelisk, +4 for public order. It's kind of cool. Basic military. Quicksand swamp. Skeleton horsemen, skeleton archers. So maybe that should be the next thing that we build up. But we'll get there faster if we make a funerary district. So let's go ahead and let's do that. And then I'm going to end the episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed so far, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.